going forward?
As I always said, I respect so much Cristiano, and I think he's in this bracket. He's such a special player that I completely understand the way to manage is not easy, because he's a massive player. He has scored 24 goals last year. He has a massive impact on the opposition because they feared him. All this is in the question. It's for sure a difficult one, but on the same time, we can recognize that he has put the club in a very difficult situation, because he hasn't maybe speak out at the right moment, may have expressed what he wanted personally at the wrong moment. Everyone here to judge. I have my own opinion on that. I think in some way the timing and the essence of this could have kept or been kept a bit more private until the deal is done or nearly done, because of the respect that you have about the situation, because the manager is trying to build a team, saying that now you're unsettled and you want to leave at some point where you build a team. It's really hard. It's a pre-season time. I don't think that he was right. So that's my own opinion. But yeah, still, if you think that there is a possibility to keep the player happy and committed, because now we understand maybe things are changing in 4 weeks, and you find yourself with a player who can score goals as he done last year, and you manage to add on, seems to facilitate, his goals by the transfer. Oh, why not? Of course, I will be more than happy, because I'm a big supporter of him. But on the same time, I'm a big supporter of Manchester United, and you have to be always bigger. I have to address it in a way that I always will say that no one is bigger than the club, and that's it. And I think, with all the due respect for him, I don't think he's done a favor. The May, he have said that he's going to speak out soon and reveal things. I think he has maybe let things escalate a little bit, and that's a pity, because yes, it's such an amazing player, an amazing guy. A lot of things he can say that he has no need to prove anymore. We all know his quality, and yeah, that's pretty it,
If you go back to last,
I think so. Wherever, you will always have opinions or different opinions that are valid. Oh yes, in terms of evolution, we could have done better or whatever. Oh, it's true, but he scored 24 goals and shut all the criticism in terms of his personal ability. Not with a team that is playing well. Is the only goal scorer who scored more than 10 goals. It's a joke. I mean, that's not normal. He hasn't been helped. So that's why I think, in the same way, when you think personally, he has been exposed, even if he was scoring, maybe he had a spell where he didn't score for, I don't know, a 6 or 7 games he wasn't doing. And he was always so no other players could support. And we've been seeing a few bits from Bruno Fernandes, a bit of shadow of what is done before the arrival of Cristiano. So all those talks has provided more pressure on Cristiano, which is unfair. But I think it was the right thing. I would have really been upset to see this player play for Man City. Whatever the reason, do they stop him to go? Well, I think it was right. That's my opinion. But on the same time, the club, the other players, maybe I would say, hasn't performed to facilitate a good, let's say, readaptation to the Cristiano Ronaldo comeback. That's what I think.
Sure, I think that makes a lot of sense. And we'll move on to play. It didn't go too well for them.
Yeah, it's a choking start. We were all kind of more confident that things were looking better because of the preseason games. The kind of communication that we've seen from the manager has given us some kind of guarantee that the players has understood that he wanted at least discipline and commitment, responsibility, and all those things seems to be in the core of his philosophy. Yes, they completely through that plan on the on the pressure. I don't know, but the first half against Brentford is just choking. You know, you can't blame individuals, that's for sure, and then it's way harder to come back from that. But the overall performances are really bad, so they need to address it. They have a big games coming. The still huge challenge of the transfer market. The situation with Cristiano Ronaldo is not an easy one. So, yeah, a lot of things going on here. It's not looking good.
No, we'll speak about.
But I was saying it's not down to only attitude. It's the wrong approach. You know, it's more about getting the right kind of like tools in place for you to approach the game correctly. So yes, technically you have like you know, a manager is gonna determine the tactic and the position and all that, but the aggression that you have, it's your own personal aggression that you have to put into games, you know. And this is where we tend to see that they have the ability to stay in their comfort zone, and this is where we question, saying, on a minute, no, you should attack the game where you feel like you're the best in the world and you have to prove it. You have to actually consider the every 50-50 as an opportunity to establish yourself. It's not about like the attitude and how you do it, because you could be very relaxed, you could be nonchalant, but still having that kind of like effectiveness, because you are not in a club that should be, I would think, accepting to be less running, less sprinting, less winning balls, less. It's just about winning contest. How much contest do you win? And if you are nonchalant to doing it, fine. It doesn't really matter. I can see my style was a bit nonchalant, but the main thing that the manager will look is how many duels that you won, how many like sprints, hard sprints, unnecessary sprints you have done, how many, like, let's say elbows or you know, it's more about the amount of success you get on the field. That's the thing, you know. Attitude, I don't think is fair, because everyone as an athlete knows that those guys want to win, but they don't have the right, let's say, sometimes there seems like people can like identify the lack of, let's say, commitment into duels or commitment into, you know, winning those contests, the contest of like running harder, the context of like getting as I said, the kind of creating chances, like running with the ball, whatever, like 30 yards before crossing the ball. I mean, you know, I don't know, there is like a lot to say basically, because it's easy when you lose 4-0. When you had a bad result, it's always easy.
I think it'd be said come and reinforce and start bringing that better philosophy into their game.
Yes, that's one part. If the players doesn't understand what I just said, what the manager may have said in a different way, it's all about like getting the results. Getting the results is starting by winning your context. Every challenges that you have, you should win them. And if you don't understand that, the transfer market help you, because you have competition. If those guys fail and complain and find a way or to justify or excuse themselves or hide or whatever it is, you know, you replace them. It's about winning. So if not good in a mission that you have been given, someone need to replace you, and that's where the backing as well is like saying the manager have decided that's a new philosophy or the new, you know, requirements. The manager have to say, okay, whatever you need or whatever, it's in our power, we back you, and you want to put this big player or this player aside, put it, because we want the right philosophy, and we can maybe lose for a few games in terms of, as you just said, we have to give the manager time. It takes maybe time to actually change all those things inside the club, because it's not right. So whatever we hear, like the fans not be happy and claiming that maybe the Glazers need to go out and all that, those are the elements to have the right results anyway. Whatever, like this chairman will come, or new chairman will come or not, or the new manager will come or not. It's about like those players on the field able to recognize that if they're not performing, someone else will take in their place. And if they complain, all those things, it's super easy for me. Again, I repeat all the time that it's super easy for me to say that now because I'm not playing and I don't know exactly the context they are under. But still, we have seen that too many months, too many games, too many situations where we can recall that and say, hang on a minute, that's not normal. So at some point, it needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed by the players, obviously, individually and collectively. So the answer is not easy. Otherwise, those guys will have like already getting towards the solution. Is doesn't seem to be honest.